He stared at me, confused, dazed, did not know where he was. It was early fall of this year. Around 7 p.m., I got a call on my radio stating there was a crash at Burnaby Mountain Park. I rushed to the scene. I rushed to the scene, driving way over the speed limit. It was pouring outside and visibility was close to none. I had my flashers on and full on sirens, making sure I get there on time before it's too late. I reach the site and see a man laying on the ground. I rush over to him to provide him medical aid. His name was Bernardin, and he was struck by an oncoming vehicle while providing traffic safety for Burnaby Mountain. I held his head and told him everything was going to be okay, and I made sure everything was going to be okay. I took over patient care and stopped his blood flow from his legs uh, so he does not lose blood and he does not pass out or faint away. I told him not to close his eyes and stay focused at me at all times. Bernardin survived that night. There are many cases like this that I've dealt with, maybe this being one of the biggest one I've seen so far. But there were a lot of cases such as heart attacks and other car crashes that I have to deal with on a regular basis. Sometimes the shifts are slow, but most of the times when we get these are the biggest factors we have to face during work. I was glad to play a role for this incident. This is my job. This is something I'm passionate about. Going to work saving lives is something I think a lot of people cannot say that they do, but I enjoy it and I actually like it and I have no complaints about it. I work as a senior officer and a first aid responder for a security company. I like my job because I know I have the capability of saving someone's life. So for this job, I had to go through vast training, a lot of training to become a first aid responder, to become a licensed paramedic, and then to go into places that are out of our comfort zone, as you would say, and try to save lives as much as we can. And this, I feel, made me a better person, maybe a stronger person, and helps me focus a lot because there are situations that harsh conditions that we have to go through just to make sure someone else is okay. I like my job because I feel it molded me to become a stronger and skillful person. I've gone through many training, as I already mentioned, to be where I am today. I feel passionate about my work because I know I'm good at it and it makes me feel important. I have value when I'm out on the field risking my own life in order to save someone else's. So every time I put on my uniform, I know I have a big responsibility that I have to go to and try to save other people. Uh, for example, Bernardin being the biggest case so far in my security career, where it was pouring rain and we had no choice. We still had to go there, provide first aid care, make sure he was okay because we were the first responders on scene. There was no one there before us. Ambulance didn't show up before us. Fire department didn't show up before us, or RCMP didn't even show up before us. It was us who were closest to the place, and we were first ones on scene. I'm going to show you a picture from that incident that was taken later. It's this picture right here. That is after RCMP and the news media and everyone came in. But this was the first picture taken from the site. I know it's not all that clear. Another picture that is actually clear would be this picture right here, where that's me providing first aid care for Bernardin, who was on the ground. And that's when ambulance and fire department came up and backed me up on the medical. So this is why I feel like my job is a very important factor to me because I get to first of all I want to pursue a career in law and enforcement, and I feel like this job helps me and it's going to get me to the place where I want to be, and I feel like I can excel since I'm getting a lot of so I can excel in policing or any law enforcement that I feel that I would apply for. And I feel this helps me get the experience that I need, and I'm dealing with real life situations. Not like I'm preparing myself by going through things that are not real. This is very real, and it happens on a very often basis. I have to put a lot of work into making sure all my medicals are done properly, and we have to do the best to make sure people are not under any sort of danger. What I mean by this is we actually have to make sure that we don't mess up at our medicals, because since we are the first responder, we're the only um, thing that is keeping the person from the grave. Because the first few minutes could be massive. For Bernardin's case, he was losing a lot of blood, and if we were there at least 5 to 6 minutes later, I don't think he would have made it because the amount of blood that he was losing. So the fact that I was there and I stopped the blood flow by applying pressure points, that says a lot. And I don't know if that saved his life, but I'm pretty sure that's a major factor towards saving his life that night. And this is something I take pride in, and I feel like this is an important job. I know we don't get a lot of credit for what we do, unfortunately, but this is what we have to do, and we wake up every morning and we make sure we don't mess up, and we make sure if people are in danger, we help them in any sort of way that we can. It could be something as big as this medical, or something just small like opening a door for a person. We will do it all, and we do it with pride. I'm gonna show you a picture of my group that I'm in charge of. Um, that's us during a major concert on the area, and as you can see, we are all ready to. We are having fun in this picture, but when time comes, we are all ready to do what we have to, and we are willing to risk our lives to save other people's. And this is why I think my job is helping me to mold into a better person, into a person who actually cares about what's going on, and it helps me personally to grow and develop more skills. And I feel this job is something I'm going to be working, or this line of job is something I'm going to be working for a very long time. And I think it's something that I will excel in. That is why I'm passionate about my job, and passionate about helping out people and saving lives if possible. Thank you.